You are not lazy, you are drowning. Let me ask you something real. When was the last time you woke up before your alarm, stretched like an animal, and thought, today I have nothing to fear? Can't remember, can you? That's because stress has rewired your mornings into survival mode. You open your eyes and immediately your brain serves you a list. The email you didn't send, the person you disappointed, the money you owe, the weight you gained, the call you keep avoiding. All of it before you've even pissed. That is not a bad habit, that is a trauma response. You have trained your own mind to see the day as an enemy before it begins, and you call that being responsible. No, you call that being a hostage. You are not lazy. Lazy people feel good. Lazy people nap without guilt. You haven't napped deeply in years because your nervous system is a live wire. So stop calling yourself undisciplined. Start calling yourself exhausted. There is a difference, and the difference matters. Action step: tomorrow morning before you check your phone, place both feet on the floor and say out loud, I am safe, nothing is attacking me, I will meet the day, not fight it. Hard truth no one tells you: here's what they don't teach in school. Stress is not a feeling, it's a debt. Every hour you spend clenched, every sleepless night you push through, every meal you skip or inhale, you're borrowing from your future self. And interest is brutal. That panic attack you had last month, that was payment due. That rage you felt at a stranger for no reason, payment due. That moment you stared at a simple task for 40 minutes and couldn't move, payment. Do you think you're managing stress? You're not managing anything. You're racking up a tab that will eventually bankrupt your body, your relationships, and your mind. The hard truth is this: no one is coming to save you. Your boss won't give you less work. Your family won't stop needing you. The world won't slow down, so you have two choices. Keep borrowing until you collapse, or finally admit that you are the only one who can tear up the contract. It starts with one word, not yes, not later. The word is enough. What is one thing you're doing today that you know is just adding to the debt? Name it. Now ask yourself, do I have to do it? Say this out loud. I am done borrowing peace I do not have. Today I pay myself first. Posture of a prisoner. Look at how you're sitting right now. I don't need to see you to know. Your shoulders are up near your ears, your jaw is tight, your breathing is shallow, so shallow you're barely using your diaphragm, your phone is in your hand or within reach. You're slightly hunched forward like you're bracing for a punch. That's not posture, that's the physical signature of a hunted animal. And here's the vicious cycle: your brain reads your body. When you sit like a victim, your brain produces victim chemistry. Cortisol rises, confidence falls. Every muscle knot sends a signal to your amygdala: danger. So you sit tighter, which makes you more stressed, which makes you sit even tighter. You have literally forgot how to stand like someone who belongs here. But here's the good news, the terrifying, beautiful good news. You can reverse it in one breath. Drop your shoulders, unclench your jaw, breathe into your belly like you mean it. Stand up and put your feet hip width apart. That's not fake positivity, that's biology. You are telling your ancient brain, no tiger, no threat, I am safe. Do it now, not later. Now challenge: for the next hour, every time you notice your shoulders creeping up, drop them, just drop them. Count how many times you have to remind yourself. That number is how often you've been lying to your own body. The myth of I'll rest later. You've made a deal with yourself. You've said, I'll push through this week, then crash on Sunday. Or, after this project, I'll take a vacation. Or, when I retire, I'll finally breathe. That deal is a lie, because stress doesn't wait for your permission to accumulate. It doesn't punch a clock. You can't bank calm. You can't store up sleep like canned goods. The body only understands now. Right now your adrenal glands are working overtime. Right now your blood vessels are inflamed from chronic pressure. Right now your telomeres, the protective caps on your DNA, are shortening because cortisol is eating them alive. That is biological aging. From stress, you are literally trading years of your life for the illusion of productivity. And for what? For an email that won't matter in a month, for a deadline that will be replaced by another deadline. The myth of I'll rest later is how ambitious people die young, not just physically, spiritually. You are not a machine, machines break. You are an animal. Animals rest, play, stretch, and sleep without shame. Be the animal. Action step: schedule 15 minutes of absolute nothing today. No phone. No music, no talking, just sit or lie down. Do not call it meditation if that word scares you. Call it stopping. Stop, say this out loud: rest is not a reward, rest is a requirement. I am not a machine. People who drain you: think about the last conversation that left you exhausted, not because it was hard, but because it was heavy. Maybe someone vented at you for an hour. Maybe someone asked for help they never appreciate. Maybe someone made a passive comment that twisted in your gut for the rest of the day. Here, what you don't want to admit: you're choosing those people. I know you can't just cut off your mother or your boss or your oldest friend, but you can change how you show up. Stress is contagious, it's not a metaphor. When you're around a stressed person, your mirror neurons fire, your heart rate sinks, their anxiety becomes your biology. That's not empathy. That's being an open wound in a room full of infections. You need boundaries, not because you're selfish, but because you're out of blood to give. Start small. You don't have to answer every text immediately. You don't have to say yes to every coffee that becomes a therapy session. You don't have to absorb their panic. Let them keep it. It's theirs, not yours. Question: who is one person you need to love from a distance right now? Not cut off, just distance. Name them. The science of the second arrow. Buddhist psychology and modern neuroscience agree on one thing. There's the first arrow, the actual event. Your car breaks down, you get yelled at, you make a mistake, that arrow hurts, you can't control it. But then there's the second arrow, that's the one you shoot yourself. I can't believe this is happening. Why am I so stupid? This always happens to me. Now my whole day is ruined. That second arrow is stress about stress. And it does 10 times more damage than the first, because the first arrow lasts a moment. The second arrow lasts for hours, days, sometimes decades. You are not stressed because life is hard. You are stressed because you keep telling yourself that hard means impossible. That delay means disaster. That discomfort means danger. Stop shooting the second arrow. When something goes wrong, feel the first arrow. It hurts, good, let it hurt. Then put down the bow. Do not add the commentary. Do not build the catastrophe in your mind. Just say, this happened, now what's the next move? That's not toxic positivity, that's survival intelligence challenge. For 1 week, every time something annoying happens, catch yourself before you spiral. Say out loud, first arrow only. See how much lighter you feel. Say this out loud. I will not hurt myself more than life already has. One arrow is enough. Ritual of the morning stack. You have a morning routine whether you call it that or not. Right now it's probably hit snooze, scroll phone, feel dread, rush, skip breakfast, hate yourself by 9 a.m. That's a ritual, just a terrible one. So let's build a new one, not a 2-hour Instagram routine with crystals and cold plunges. Something real, something for someone who is exhausted. Here it is, wake up. Do not touch your phone for the first 20 minutes. I don't care if the world is ending. The world will wait. First, drink a full glass of water. Your brain is dehydrated from 8 hours of sleep. That dehydration feels like stress. Second, breathe 5 deep breaths in through the nose for 4 seconds, hold for 4, out through the mouth for 6. That's not woo-woo. That's resetting your vagus nerve, the brake pedal for your nervous system. Third, say one thing you're grateful for, not because you're happy, because gratitude physically lowers cortisol. It's a chemical intervention. Fourth, move your body for 5 minutes, stretch, jumping jacks. Walk around your room, anything. You are reminding your muscles that they are not in a cage. That's it. 20 minutes. That's the stack. Do this for 7 days and you will not believe the difference. Try it. Prove me wrong. Action step. Set your alarm 20 minutes earlier tomorrow. Put your phone in another room tonight. You cannot scroll what you cannot reach. The real world scenario. The impossible workload. You're at your desk. There are 17 unread emails. 3 people are waiting for answers. Your boss just added another project. Your stomach is burning. Your jaw is locked. And somewhere inside you a voice says, if I just work faster, I'll catch up. That voice is lying. You cannot outrun an infinite to-do list. Speed is not the answer. Selection is. You need to decide what does not get done. That's the hard skill of adulthood, not doing everything, doing the right few things and letting the rest burn. So here's your script. Walk to your boss or say it to yourself in the mirror. I have capacity for 3 priorities today. Which 3 matter most? The rest will wait or won't happen. Tell me which. If they say everything is a priority, you say then nothing is. Help me choose or I will choose for myself. That's not insubordination, that's protecting your life, because if you keep trying to do it all you will do none of it well and you will lose your health in the process. Choose or be chosen. for question. What is one task on your list right now that you could delete entirely? Not delegate, delete. No one would notice. Do it. Say this out loud. I am not a donkey carrying every brick. I am a human choosing which walls to build. Body keeps the score. You think stress is in your head. It's not, it's in your neck, your lower back, your shoulders, your jaw, your gut, your clenched fists while you sleep. Your body has been talking to you for years. A headache here, indigestion there, a twitch in your eye, a rash from nowhere, a cold that won't go away. You medicate each symptom separately. You pop an Advil, you take an antacid, you ignore the twitch. But the body doesn't lie, it cannot, it has one language: symptoms. And the translation is always the same. Stop, slow down, something is wrong. But you won't listen until something breaks: a herniated disc, an ulcer, a heart that flutters in terror, a panic attack in the grocery store. That's your body holding up a sign that says, I told you so. You are not being punished, you are being warned, and warnings expire. So here's the question you've been avoiding. What is your body trying to tell you right now? Not tomorrow, right now. Sit in silence for 60 seconds and ask your body. Let the answer come, it will. And it won't be polite. Challenge. Close your eyes, scan from your feet to your head. Where do you feel tension? Name it, then breathe into that spot for 10 breaths. Just 10 the environment you allow. Look around where you are right now. Is it cluttered, dark, loud, smells like last week's coffee? Do you have a window, plants, a single thing that makes you exhale? Your environment is not neutral. It's either a recovery zone or a stress amplifier. Every object in your room sends a signal to your brain. That pile of laundry says you're behind. That stack of unpaid bills says danger. That phone with 4,000 unread photos says overwhelm. You think you can ignore these signals. You cannot. Your brain processes them unconsciously, constantly, relentlessly. So here's the rule: if you see it, it costs you energy. Even if you don't look at it directly, even if you've gotten used to it. Clutter is visual noise. Noise raises cortisol. It's that simple. You don't need a minimalist mansion. You need one corner, one chair, one table. One surface that is completely clear. That's your sanctuary. Defend it, clean it tonight, just that one corner, then sit in it. Notice how your shoulders drop. That's not imagination. That's physics. Action step: pick one surface in your home, clear everything off it, wipe it down, put one thing on it that you love, nothing else. Do it now. Say this out loud. I deserve a space that does not scream. I will create 1 square foot of silence. Power of no. You have said yes so many times that your mouth has forgotten the shape of the word no. You say yes to invitations you don't want, yes to extra work you can't handle, yes to favors you resent, yes to relationships that drain you, and every yes is a no to something else. A no to sleep, a no to peace, a no to yourself. You think saying no is rude. Let me tell you what's really rude. Asking someone who is drowning to save you, that's rude. Expecting someone who is empty to fill your cup, that's rude. You are not a vending machine of energy. You are a finite human being. So practice this sentence: I can't do that right now. No explanation, no apology, no excuse, just the truth. People will be disappointed, let them. Their disappointment is not your emergency. And here's the secret: when you start saying no, you will lose some people. Good. They weren't asking, they were taking. The people who stay, they will respect you more because finally you respect yourself. Question: what is one thing you said yes to this week that you desperately wanted to say no to? What would have happened if you had said no? The real world scenario. Public speaking stress, your heart is pounding. Your palms are sweating, your mouth is dry, you're standing backstage or at the back of the room. In 30 seconds, everyone will look at you. Your brain is screaming, run, hide. Pretend to be sick. This is not weakness. This is your amygdala doing its job. It thinks the crowd is a predator. But here's what you need to know: that physical sensation, the racing heart, the shallow breath, is identical to excitement. Identical. The only difference is the story you tell yourself. If you say I'm terrified, your body obeys. If you say I'm excited, your body also obeys. Same chemicals, different label. So before you step onto that stage, do this. Stand like a superhero, feet wide. Hands on hips, chin up. 2 minutes of that pose lowers cortisol and raises testosterone. That's science. Then look at the audience and tell yourself, they want me to succeed. They are not my enemy. They are tired of bad speakers. I'm giving them a gift. And then walk out like you own the floor, not because you're arrogant, because you've decided that your message matters more than your fear. Challenge: the next time you feel stage fright, don't fight it. Say out loud, this is excitement, let's go. Then say this out loud: my body does not know the difference between fear and power. I choose power. 3 breath reset. You don't have time for an hour of meditation. I know you barely have time to pee, but you have time for 3 breaths. Everyone does. Here how it works: anywhere, anytime, in a meeting, in traffic, in an argument. Stop. Inhale deeply through your nose for 4 counts. Hold for 4. Exhale through your mouth for 6 counts. That's 1 breath. Do it 3 times. That's 15 seconds. 15 seconds to interrupt the stress cascade. Because when you exhale longer than you inhale, you activate the parasympathetic nervous system. That's the rest and digest mode. You are literally flipping a biological switch. Do this every hour for 1 day. Set a reminder on your phone. After each 3 breath reset, ask yourself, am I still under attack? The answer is almost always no. The tiger is not there. The deadline is still there, but the tiger is not. That distinction is everything. You are not solving the problem in 3 breaths. You are giving your brain a chance to remember that you are safe enough to think clearly. And clear thinking solves problems faster than panic ever will. Action step: set 3 alarms on your phone today. Label them breathe. When they go off, stop everything and do the 3 breath reset. Nothing else. Just breathe. The real world scenario: conflict with a partner or friend, you're in an argument. Voices are rising, your face is hot. You feel that terrible urge to say something you'll regret, to win, to be right, to hurt back. Your nervous system has shifted into fight mode. Adrenaline is pumping, rational thought is leaving the building. This is the most dangerous moment, not because of what they'll say, but because of what you'll say. And here's the hard rule: no conflict resolution happens in a stressed nervous system. None. So you need an eject button, a code word, something you both agree on beforehand. Pause, red, timeout. When someone says that word, both of you stop talking. Physically separate for 10 minutes. No phone, no stewing, just breathe, walk around, splash water on your face. After 10 minutes, your cortisol will drop by half. Then you come back and you speak only in I feel statements. Not you always, not you never. I feel hurt when X happens. I need Y. That's not weakness, that's emotional intelligence, and it will save relationships that shouting destroys. Agree on the code word tonight. Before you need it, question: what's your code word? Say it out loud right now. Make it weird enough that you'll remember. Say this out loud: I will not fight when I am on fire. I will cool down first, then I will speak. Daily habit of the shutdown ritual: you start your day with chaos. You end your day with collapse. There's no transition, no ceremony, just exhaustion that tips into sleep. That's why you wake up already tired, because your brain never got the signal that the day was over. So create a shutdown ritual, one that takes 10 minutes. Here it is: at the end of your workday, write down everything that's still on your mind. Every task, every worry, every email you owe. Dump it all onto paper. That's a brain dump. Then look at the list and circle the 3 most important things for tomorrow. Put the list somewhere visible. Then say out loud, I have done what I could today. The rest will wait. I'm closing the door. Then do something physical to mark the boundary. Change your clothes, light a candle, make tea, walk around the block. Anything that tells your body work is over, now rest. Without this ritual, you bring the office into your bed, you dream about spreadsheets, you wake up at 3 a.m. thinking about that email. A shutdown ritual is not optional for a stressed person, it's medicine. Take it. Action step: tonight, 10 minutes before you stop work, do the brain dump on a physical piece of paper. Leave it at your desk. Do not take it to your bedroom. The biology of sleep deprivation: you think you function fine on 6 hours of sleep. You don't, you've just forgotten what fine feels like. Here, what happens when you sleep less than 7 hours? Your amygdala becomes 60% more reactive. That means small problems feel like catastrophes. Your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain that says calm down, it's fine, goes offline. So you overreact, you cry at commercials, you snap at your kids. You obsess over tiny slights. That's not your personality, that's sleep deprivation. Also, your body produces more ghrelin, hunger hormone, and less leptin, fullness hormone. So you crave sugar and carbs, you gain weight, your insulin resistance rises, you're on the fast track to diabetes. And your immune system, it cuts its production of cytokines by 70%. You get sick more often, you heal more slowly. One bad night of sleep ages your blood vessels as much as a month of poor diet. And you're doing this every night. You call it being busy, I call it self-harm. Slow, quiet, acceptable self-harm. Stop pretending. Challenge for 3 nights. Go to bed 1 hour earlier. No screens for 30 minutes before, just darkness and silence. Track how you feel on day 4. Say this out loud. Sleep is not the enemy of productivity. Sleep is the source of it. I will protect my sleep like my life depends on it, because it does. Real world scenario: rejection and failure. You applied for something, you didn't get it, you asked someone out, they said no, you pitched an idea, it got laughed at, and now the stress is different. It's not the buzz of busyness, it's the cold weight of shame. You're replaying the moment over and over, you're imagining what they think of you, you're telling yourself you're not good enough. That story you're telling, it's a choice. A painful, addictive choice. Because your brain would rather have certainty, I'm a failure, than uncertainty, maybe I just wasn't the right fit. Certainty feels safe even when it's negative. So your brain clings to the worst interpretation. That's the stress of rejection. And here's the cure: reframe. This rejection is not a verdict on my worth, it is data. One person's opinion, one moment in time. I have survived 100% of my bad days so far. Then do something physical. Go for a run, punch a pillow, scream into a towel, move the energy out of your body. Because shame lives in the body, not the mind. You cannot think your way out of a feeling, you have to sweat it out. Then when you're tired, ask yourself, what's one small thing I can learn from this? Not 10 things, one small thing, then act on it. That's how you turn rejection into rocket fuel. Question: what's one rejection you're still carrying? What would happen if you decided today that it was just data, not destiny? The daily habit of walking alone. You haven't walked without a destination in years. You walk to the car, to the train, to the office, to the fridge, always somewhere, never just walking. But walking is the original antidepressant. It's the only exercise that uses both sides of your brain in a rhythmic cross-lateral pattern. That pattern actually calms the amygdala. It's like rocking a baby. So here's your new habit: 15 minutes of walking every day with no phone. No podcast, no music, no talking, just you and your feet. Let your mind wander, let it cry, let it rage, let it solve problems or solve nothing. This is not exercise, this is processing time. Most of your stress comes from unprocessed experiences. Things you didn't feel fully, conversations you didn't finish, emotions you stuffed down. Walking gives those things a chance to surface and dissolve. Try it for 1 week. I promise you, you will come back from those walks different, lighter, clearer, and you'll wonder why you ever thought sitting in traffic was a better use of your time. Action step today: put on shoes. Leave your phone on the counter, walk for 15 minutes in any direction, then turn around and come back. That's it. Say this out loud: I do not need to go anywhere important, my feet know the way to calm. The environment of your phone. Your phone is a stress machine disguised as a tool. Every notification is a tiny cortisol spike. Every red badge is an unfinished task. Every news alert is a threat. You check your phone 96 times a day on average. That's 96 times you interrupt your nervous system's attempt to regulate. No wonder you feel shattered, so let's fix it. Turn off all notifications except calls from a few people. All of them. App badges, banners, sounds gone. Move your social media apps into a folder on the last screen. Better yet, delete them for a week. They'll still be there when you get back. Turn your phone to grayscale. Settings: accessibility, display. Color is designed to addict you. Grayscale breaks the spell. And here's the biggest one: no phone in the bedroom. Buy an alarm clock for $10. Charge your phone in the kitchen. The first 3 nights will feel like withdrawal. That's how you know it was a problem. After a week, you will sleep better, think clearer, and feel less haunted. Your phone is not your friend. It's a slot machine in your pocket. And the house always wins. Challenge right now: turn off every notification except calls. Do it. I'll wait. Done. Good. Now put your phone face down for the next hour. The truth about perfectionism: you think your stress comes from having high standards. It doesn't. It comes from the fear that if you're not perfect, you'll be rejected, abandoned, or seen as worthless. Perfectionism is not a drive for excellence, it's a terror of shame. And here's the cruel irony: perfectionism makes you less effective, because you spend so much time avoiding mistakes that you never finish anything. You obsess over details that don't matter. You procrastinate because the fear of imperfection is paralyzing. You exhaust yourself trying to control the uncontrollable. The cure is not lowering your standards, it's lowering your attachment to outcomes. Do excellent work, then release it. It will have flaws. Every masterpiece has flaws. The difference between a stressed perfectionist and a calm master is that the master says good enough and moves on. Good enough is not laziness, it's wisdom, because there is no such thing as perfect. Only done, only real, only human. Be human. Question: what's one project you've been avoiding because it won't be perfect? What would happen if you did it badly today, just badly, and then called it done? Say this out loud: I choose done over perfect. I choose real over flawless. I choose my sanity over an impossible standard. Roll of your mouth: what you say. You whisper "I'm so stressed" 50 times a day to your coworkers, your partner, your mirror. Every time you say it, you reinforce the neural pathway. You are literally training your brain to feel stressed. Words are commands to the nervous system. I'm exhausted equals command to feel exhausted. I can't handle this equals command to feel helpless. This is killing me equals command to feel like you're dying. Stop it. I'm not saying lie, I'm saying choose different words. Instead of "I'm so stressed," say "I have a lot on my plate right now." Instead of "I can't do this," say "This is challenging and I'm figuring it out." Instead of "I'm dying," say "I need a break." Language shapes reality. It's not magic, it's neurology. The words you speak fire the same neurons as the experience. So speak like someone who is coping, speak like someone who is strong. Not fake, not toxic, just accurate. You are not dying, you are stressed, and stress can be managed, but only if you stop telling yourself it's unmanageable. Challenge for 1 day: catch yourself every time you say "I'm stressed." Replace it with "I have a lot to do and I'm handling it." Notice how it feels the real-world scenario. The morning rush, you wake up late, you can't find your keys, the coffee spills, the kids are yelling, you're going to be late, your heart is pounding. This is not a bad morning. This is a stress spiral that will echo into your entire day, because the first hour sets the tone for the next 12. So here's the rule: never rush. I know you have to get places, but rushing is a choice. Rushing is trying to control time, and time cannot be controlled. So instead, do this: the moment you feel the rush, stop. Literally stop moving, stand still for 10 seconds, take a breath, then say, I will be late, that is okay, I will arrive when I arrive, I will not arrive destroyed. Then move deliberately, not slowly, deliberately, one thing at a time. Keys go here, coat goes there, shoes on, walk calmly to the car, drive safely. If you're late, apologize once, then move on. The world will not end, and you will have protected your nervous system from a cascade that would have ruined your entire morning. The cost of rushing is always higher than the cost of being late. Always action step: tomorrow morning if you feel rushed, stop and take 10 seconds. Just stand still. Then continue. One thing at a time, say this out loud. I refuse to trade my peace for punctuality. I will be late sometime. That is a price I am willing to pay. Science of the pause: here is something simple but powerful. Between a stimulus and your response, there is a space. In that space lies your freedom. Most stressed people have no space. They react instantly. Email comes in, reply immediately. Phone buzzes, check immediately. Someone says something annoying, snap back immediately. That's a life without a pause button. You are a puppet with everyone else's fingers pulling the strings, so train the pause. When something happens that would normally spike your stress, do nothing for 5 seconds, just breathe. 5 seconds is not long, but it's long enough for your prefrontal cortex to come online, long enough to choose a response instead of vomiting a reaction. Practice this with small things: the microwave beeps, pause 5 seconds before opening it. The phone rings. Pause 5 seconds before answering. Someone asks you a question, pause 5 seconds before speaking. At first, people will think you're weird. Later, they'll think you're wise because you're not reacting, you're responding. That's the difference between a stressed animal and a centered human. Challenge: for the next 24 hours, pause 5 seconds before every action, every single one. Watch how many times you forget. That's how automatic your reactivity has become. The energy equation: you have a certain amount of energy each day. Call it 100 units. Stress uses up those units like a vampire. Worry uses 20 units. Rushing uses 15. Arguments use 30. Replaying conversations uses 25. Scrolling social media uses 10. By noon, you're at -50, and you still have a whole day to go. That's why you crash. That's why you have nothing left for your family. That's why you snap over nothing. You are not weak, you are broke, energy broke. So here's the equation: subtract the stressors. You cannot add energy, you can only stop leaking it. Stop worrying about things you can't control. That's 20 units back. Stop rushing. That's 15 back. Stop arguing to win. That's 30 back. Stop replaying what you should have said. That's 25 back. Stop scrolling. That's 10 back. See, you just found 100 units. You had it all along. You were just hemorrhaging it into the void. Plug the holes, then see how much energy you actually have. Question: what's your biggest energy leak today? Name it. Now ask: can I turn off that leak for just 1 hour? Say this out loud. My energy is not infinite. Every leak I plug is a life I get back. I choose where my energy goes. Real world scenario: the unexpected crisis. The car breaks down, the water heater explodes, the computer crashes, a loved one gets sick. These things will happen. They are not the problem is how you respond. Most people respond with panic, which makes everything worse. Panic leads to bad decisions lead to more crises lead to more panic. That's the stress cycle on steroids. So here's the protocol: when crisis hits, do these 4 things in order. First, breathe. 3 box breath. Second, say out loud, this is happening, I cannot change that, I can only change my next move. Third, write down the next 3 concrete actions. Not 10, 3. Fourth, do the first action. That's it. You are not solving the whole crisis. You are taking one step, then another, then another. That's how every crisis in human history has been handled. One step at a time. Panic is trying to take all the steps at once. Calm is taking one. You are not in control of the crisis. You are in control of the next step, and the next step is always small enough to handle. Challenge: think of a past crisis. What was the first small step you could have taken? Write it down, keep that with you. Next crisis, you'll be ready. The ritual of the evening review: you end your day by collapsing. No review, no learning, no closure. That means you repeat the same mistakes tomorrow. So here's a 5-minute evening ritual. Before bed, ask yourself 3 questions. 1. What went well today, even one small thing? 2. What was hard? Name it without judgment. 3. What will I do differently tomorrow? Just one change, that's it. Write the answers in a notebook or a notes app. This ritual does 2 things. First, it interrupts the stress spiral of replaying every mistake. You're not ruminating, you're reviewing different neural pathway. Second, it trains your brain to look for lessons instead of threats. Over time, you become someone who learns from stress instead of being crushed by it. You become antifragile. 5 minutes, that's all it takes. Do it tonight. Then do it tomorrow night. In a month, you will not recognize the person you used to be. Action step: tonight, 5 minutes before bed, answer the 3 questions. Write them down. Do not skip. Say this out loud: I do not run from my hard days, I learn from them. Every evening, I turn stress into strength. Final truth: you have been told that stress is a badge of honor, that busy means important, that exhaustion means virtuous, that if you're not overwhelmed, you're not trying hard enough. That is a lie, a beautiful, seductive, culture-wide lie. The truth is that stress is a signal, nothing more. A signal that something is out of alignment, that you are carrying too much, moving too fast, saying yes too often, sleeping too little. The signal is not a life sentence. It is not your identity. It is not your destiny. It is just data. And data can be acted upon. You are not broken. You are not weak. You are not failing. You are a human animal trying to function in a world that has forgot what humans are built for. You are built for rest, for connection, for sunlight, for movement, for laughter, for silence, for sleep, for touch, for play. You have abandoned all of those for the illusion of productivity, and your body is screaming, listen, just listen. Then change one thing, not everything, one thing. That one thing will lead to another, and another. And one day you will wake up and realize you are not stressed. You are alive, and alive is not the same as drowning. It's the opposite. Challenge, pick one change from this entire script. Just one, do it tomorrow, write it down. Then the next day, pick another. That's your new life. Start now.